Hello and welcome. Today I'm adding boxing from the Activision Collection 2 to my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. Originally released in 1980 for the 2600, boxing is, as you'd expect, a game about boxing up your Christmas presents on the day after Christmas. Okay, no, it's really about two crabs fisting each other. Okay, it's a game about two men getting in a ring and engaging in fisticuffs. Anyway, silliness aside, this is a game that I'd never played before getting this collection, so there's no nostalgia. And being a boxing game and a sports sim, there's no story to talk of. So let's get straight onto the graphics. And as you can no doubt see, it's quite a simplistic looking game, but that's what you'd expect given the hardware. The ring is as basic as it gets, and the fighters look more like crabs on first glance. Although once you see them start moving, you can appreciate that they are actually supposed to be people. They are functional, they do the job, and you can't really ask for too much more given the hardware.
Sound.
Again, given the hardware, there's not much to say here, but the punch sound effects are suitably crunchy, and the other sounds do give the relevant cues, although there's not much to speak of. So moving on to the
gameplay,
which initially is very simple. You move your top-down boxer around the ring and you press fire to punch. That's it. It doesn't really give you the impression there's going to be much strategy to it. And this is where the look of the fighters makes sense. To score a hit against your opponent, you need to hit them square on the nose. And the way they hold their gloves up, which looks a bit like crab pincers, well, that's effectively your defence. With a single button, there's not much in the way of controls, so it's position sensitive. So positioning is the key to the strategy of this game. Matches are on a timer, and to win you have to get a better score than your opponent. You score by hitting your opponent squarely on the nose. It really is as simple as that, and initially it won't seem very engaging. I just found it far too simplistic and almost turned it off thinking what a load of crap. But once I got a feel for the mechanics and the positioning and started delivering a quite satisfying flurry of blows on my opponent, essentially when the strategy side of it started becoming apparent, I started enjoying the game to an extent. The problem is there's very limited game modes, and playing single player against the computer gets tedious quite quickly. However, playing with it against a human opponent is a bit more fun. I did play it multiplayer for a little bit, but after a few matches we just went on to play Giro Mark the Walls instead.
Overall opinion.
Given the hardware, it is quite an impressive take on boxing. They simplify things to make it, well, to gamify it I suppose, at least in a way that the 2600 could cope with. And while it is an admirable effort and there is fun to be had with it, it really benefits from having another human opponent to play against. And it's fine, but it's not one I can see myself coming back to all that often.
Ranking.
Placing it on my overall ranking list of every Evercade game ever, I've elected to put it above Summer Games 2, but below Winter Games. So it's that bang amongst similar games that I don't really come back to that often, but I have fun with when I play them multiplayer. This places it at 341 out of 408 games that I've ranked so far. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.